What's up everyone, I'm OBG for tastingskills.com. Welcome back to another video. All right, this is part 3 of the Firestone Walker series that I've done. Now, if you find yourself at part 3 already, I've put a link below to part 1 and part 2 so that you can follow along. Now, today we're covering the anniversary beers. What are so special about these beers? Well, these beers aren't the regular beers where they're just barrel aged and just part of the program and so on. This is an actual blend of most of the beers that Firestone Walker does. Now, when we look inside the box here, usually we get the descriptions and what's actually, you know, how they're made on the bottle. But for this, we get this beautiful note here from the brewmaster on one side. We're looking at the 2018 vintage, which is 22 in the series since it started in 1996. And then on the other side, we get the full description of each beer, the percentage that has been used, and what type of beer that it's been done. And there's a long series here with over 30 people that actually helped blending this beer. So this is kind of a big deal. So let's start looking at the technicals of these beers, starting with the youngest vintage, moving towards the older vintages. So let's start with the Firestone Walker Anniversary number 24 or 2020. It's 27% Velvet Merkin, that is a milk stout, 26% Stickee Monkee Central Coast Quad, 16% Parabola Russian Imperial Stout, 16% Smoked Imperial Walker Reserve, 11% Bravo Imperial Brown Ale, and to round it off, 4% Tequila Barrel Helldorado. Then we have the Firestone Walker 23. This blend is 28% Stickee Monkee Central Coast Quad, 28% Parabola Russian Imperial Stout, 20% Bravo Imperial Brown Ale, 15% Barrel Helldorado Blonde Barley Wine, 5% Velvet Merkin Milk Stout, and 4% Tequila Barrel Helldorado Blonde Barley Wine. And finally, we have the Firestone Walker Anniversary number 22 that I was holding in my hand. This is 44% Stickee Monkee Central Coast Quad, 22% Parabola Russian Imperial Stout, 22% Bravo Imperial Brown Ale, 7% Barrel Helldorado Blonde Barley Wine, 7% Rum Barrel Helldorado Blonde Barley Wine, 5% Gin Barrel Helldorado Blonde Barley Wine. Now, the boxes are beautiful on here. The notes are cool. I mean, this is just solid work. These beers are a big deal in the industry. I've had them several times. They always deliver well, but I have to commend on the packaging here. I love the box. I love the whole description of exactly what they're doing, who is actually on the panel, all of those things. That shows that they're really paying attention to the details. All right, now let's look at what they taste like. But before that, do you want to taste like a pro? Head over to tastingskills.com, put your name and email into the magical box, and I will send you my free 17-page guide to the fundamentals of tasting. But that's not all. If you want to get a nice sober hat or a nice sober t-shirt, then you can also head over to tastingskills.com, and there, when you're in the store and you're checking out, if you put the code IAMOBG, it will be free shipping. All right, now on to those beautiful tasting notes, starting with the Firestone Walker Anniversary number 24 vintage 2020. On the color, you get this dark brown with a light brown rim. On the nose, lots of bourbon. On that nose, some lavender that turns into this chocolate mocha. That's really nice with cherries, orange, into a complex layers of light smoke. On the mouthfeel, this is so rich. You get the mocha, the chocolate, into a caramel that has coffee roasted notes. The acidity drives this long finish that keeps on delivering layers of this thick chocolate mocha, and the notes just linger on your tongue. This is so impressive. The length on this was just mind-blowing. This is the newest vintage that just came out, but I have to say that this beer just had so many layers. The complexity was great. The length was really good. It was just a giver, a drinker. Yes, these are high in alcohol, but you couldn't really find the alcohol in there. There were so many layers that were attacking you on so many levels, and the nose just fill the room the moment that I removed the glass lid right off the glass. All right, let's move on to the Firestone Walker Anniversary number 23 vintage 2019. On the color, it's pretty much the same. You get this dark brown with a light brown rim. On the nose, this one is subtle, and it delivers some notes of the stout that are light delicate, and you do get some mocha and some cherries on the nose. The mouthfeel, you get these amazing cherries that push out this mocha and chocolate that eventually turns this beautiful acidity that in turn delivers a long finish. This isn't a big beer, this is subtle, and there's a lot going on, but not overpowering in any way. This number 23 vintage or 2019 was really good. It was subtle. It wasn't like the first one, which it was like a powerhouse that would just give you layer after layer after layer. This one just was more subtle. I mean, what do I think? I think it's probably past its peak, but it's still really, really good. I just feel that the previous vintage, the younger one, was just a lot more solid. All right, let's move on to the last one, the Firestone Walker Anniversary, number 22, vintage 2018. On the color, same as previous, dark brown with light brown rim. On the nose, rich nose of chocolate, coffee, plum, red apples, red pears, orange, tangerine, cherries with some bourbon notes that are all really well mixed in together. This has such a beautiful nose. This mouthfeel is just explosive with layers of everything that I've just described, but the alcohol is very present. There's some really nice wood tannin that pushes some complexity layers, but the bourbon is still very present. This was such a solid effort. The nose was just so beautiful. It shows that as these beers evolve, the nose just keeps expanding in all types of flavors that you get and aromas and so on. Like, it was just beautiful, and the finish was lengthy and never ending. And it shows that, you know, sometimes you think a beer has peaked and sometimes you think it's past, but sometimes it comes back. This 2018 vintage was just mind-blowing. All right, let's do a quick recap of what you should buy or what you should pass on. Starting with the Firestone Walker Anniversary, number 24, vintage 2020. This was a buy, a really solid beer. I was impressed, and I would say that it's a collectible. Then we have the Firestone Walker Anniversary, number 23, vintage 2019. This, I'm unsure if it's peaked or not, but I would still recommend to buy it, but it's not something I would collect. And then finally, we have the Firestone Walker Anniversary, number 22, vintage 2018. Now, this was an absolute buy and a collector's item. When we look at these beers, there's so much effort and so much work that are put in these. I do recommend that you chase these down. I do recommend that you collect them if you can. Yes, they're not inexpensive, but they are well worth the money. And as you taste them year after year after year, then you'll see them evolve. You'll see them that you think are dead, and then they come back later on to life. These beers are really impressive. And for me, these are collector's items. If you can find them, you have to buy them. All right, that's gonna do it for me, IAMOBG for tastingskills.com. Please remember to smash that like button. And like I've said previously, if you wanna see all of the previous parts of part 1, part 2, and part 3, that this is what we're doing, I've put the links below. And remember, I know that you need to subscribe, so go down there and click the bell. Otherwise, my friend, please remember, stay sober. Peace.